now we want to talk about the artwork in Shingon Buddhism. So I know, there are many kinds of art in Shingon Buddhism, but what's the purpose of that kind of art?
It's true. I think if you go to a Shingon temple, you'll see more art and statuary than a lot of probably any other school. Especially the smaller temples that you just, lots and lots of statues, lots of scrolls. Artwork is important in Shingon for a few reasons. I think one is, again, how do we communicate? How do you communicate something that is beyond words? So I can describe to you dark chocolate, right? And tell you how good it is, and it's so rich and delicious, but until you actually try dark chocolate, then you don't fully understand. You don't fully have an awareness of what I'm trying to describe in words. And I think the ancient Buddhist masters were very wise that they looked around at the tools they had, and especially at that period in history, there were a tremendous number of very talented artists. And if you look at the change that can come over people when they look at art, they recognize this and say, let's use it as a tool. So if you look at a very beautiful painting or very beautiful sculpture, you go to a museum, you'll see people sometimes gaze at a statuary or painting for, a very long time, and they get lost in the details. They get lost in viewing it from different angles. And that experience of seeing it is different than reading about it. I remember some years ago, I was able to go see the Mona Lisa, and I heard all these things about it. And there's a huge crowd at the Louvre, and you had to wait in line, and then finally you go. And I was probably the only person that was disappointed, because I was like, "Oh, it's so small. I didn't know it was so small." But then finally there was time, and I could look at it, and it's famous because of this almost smile. And you think, what is this person thinking? And a lot of this detail, a lot of what's communicated in art can be so personal. It can trigger things that are personal to people. It can bring up emotions or obstacles in ways that written and spoken word can't. So we will, as humans, take a piece of art and hang it on our wall and have it our whole life. We'll hand it down. We keep books, but we don't regard them in the same way. We don't gaze at them in the same way. So I think there's something unique about the energy that art has that, these ancient Buddhist masters recognized was useful, was beneficial for transformation. So especially a lot of Buddhist artwork, the way people look at it is different from secular artwork. So